Hello folks, my name is Andrew, and because speech was one of my best classes in college, activities like these are one of my favorite things to do. In any case, with the holidays in full swing, I have chosen to give a speech on a related subject. In this case, Christmas music. And this is what I have to say. I like Christmas, I like music, but I don't like Christmas music. At least for the most part. First of all, it is played way too much during the holidays, and the only thing worse is that there are too many versions of the same song. I mean, how many times can anyone stand to hear the 12 Days of Christmas, Frosty the Snowman, and or Rudolph, among others? On that note, when the retail stores play Christmas music during the holidays, I think that what they should do is alternate between Christmas music and standard songs like the Manhattan Transfer's version of Birdland, or Bruce Hornsby's The Way It Is, or even Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire.
Oh, I love all those songs.
Granted, there are some Christmas songs I like, including Feliz Navidad, because half of the song is in Spanish, or songs by Mannheim Steamroller, because those songs have no words and they have the right amount of grandeur. But what I really think we need are more Christmas songs based on standard songs, or as I like to call them, Christmas parodies. The idea being you take a normal song and put a Christmas spin on it, like what they did when they turned Mr. Sandman into Mr. Santa, which was not all that good in my mind, but it was an eye-opener to the idea of taking a song like the previously mentioned Birdland and making a new version of it, of Toyland. From it, that would be more upbeat and not as soft as most Christmas music is out there. Another idea would be to write a new version of Jingle Bell Rock, but based on the song Jailhouse Rock. Other ideas I have had, some more recently, some a few years ago, include the most recent one being from a parody of You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, being done as You're a Genius, Mr. Green.
Oh, gosh.
In reference to the Canadian comedy character Red Green, the great host, the great hero, and Harold's uncle.
Yeah.
The other one being a political version where instead of you hear singing Santa Claus is coming to town, I hear Donald Trump is going to drown. Which came to me the winter he got elected. Now I've been tinkering with ideas such as these for a while, but I haven't gotten anything on paper yet. But if anyone wants to help me, please come and talk to me afterwards or comment. When watching this so I can get your input, and if possible, find a way to collaborate with you on what to write. And on a side note, and the only other holiday parody song I wrote for at least have had thoughts about is for Halloween, and it's an alternate version of the Bruce Hornsby song The Black Rats of London, which I thought up as The Black Cats of Halloween.
Oh, no.
Before I continue, I want to apologize to anyone watching this that I have upset with this speech video. My biggest goal is in giving speeches like this is to get people to listen up, which is not unlike what I am talking about in another speech I once gave at a place called Uncommon Grounds, a coffee shop in Aliquippa on August 7th, 2019. When doing so, I recorded it on my laptop like I'm doing now and posted it on YouTube, which I am also going to do with this speech. And on the note of listening, I for one wish more people would listen to my apologies, including the folks at Carnegie Mellon who put a no trespassing warrant on me for an incident that occurred on September 12th, 2019. Fortunately, the warrant was rescinded, but if more people did, then in my mind we'd be doing something that in my mind would make them like one of Pittsburgh's greatest heroes, Fred Rogers. A man Pittsburghers are all proud of, and with the movie A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood now out in theaters, and the day that I first gave this speech being the day before the movie was released, I can't think of anything more appropriate to mention. Other folks who represent my favorite city include people like Rick Sebak, who shows us that there are at least 25 things to like about Pittsburgh. I greatly encourage you to try your own Christmas parodies, and I ask that you please tell me your ideas so I can give feedback to help you. Also, don't just limit yourself to making Christmas parodies, but include parodies of Christmas music, such as when my old elementary school of Octay of the Shenandoah Central School District in Clifton Park, New York, made a parody of the previously mentioned 12 Days of Christmas called The 12 Days of Halloween, of which I do remember a few lines including 5 flying bats, as well as, and a screech owl in a dead tree. Thank you all for taking the time to listen to my speech, but by watching this video, I look forward to giving a speech to all of you again in the future. So in the words of the previously mentioned Red Green, until then, keep your stick on the ice.